Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Saturday show. Good morning and welcome to the show. I'm glad to be back on again here for the end of the month of the show. We are being busy. We will discuss about the summer transfer window. What an interesting transfer deadline day with Raheem Sterling and Jadon Sancho. One Sterling going to Arsenal and Sancho going to Chelsea on loan. Very surprising indeed. Ivan Toney going to Al Ali for £40 million. We'll talk more about that, but also we'll discuss not just that, along with the European League draws. We'll talk about all the teams in the fixtures as well. We will get that shortly, and we'll talk about all the home nations, nations league squad announcements as well. We will do also our Premier League predictions as well, along with the team news. But we are glad to have him back after he's been away, after he's been busy for the last few weeks. Good to see my sidekick. So good morning to Mr. Douglas. Doug, how you doing?
Morning. Yes, it feels like ages since I've been last on here, so it's good to be finally back on. And yeah, I like the new setup, but I'm getting kind of used to it. Let's just say.
Yeah, I know. It took me a while. I feel like after leaving StreamYard, you get this for 1080p, even basic, and it's actually quite good actually at 1080p. So yeah, it's been quality with this actually since the change. It's been a lot more better anyway. So yes, but ooh. Good morning, Nigel. Is anyone doing an Arsenal Brighton watch along? That's a good question. I don't know, not none of us, but
Don't
we may
think so.
no, I'm not. I'm busy today, but you might ask some other people, content creators on our subscriptions list. You could see who is doing it, and you can try to do a watch along anyway. So yeah, appreciate it, Nigel. Yeah, well, Doug, it's been a lot to say. We're gonna go in before we do the transfer roundup. I am going to do the fixtures for all this weekend's games. So I'll just get this up to add to share as well on the main screen. Right. So today's fixtures: Arsenal at home in the lunchtime kickoff against Brighton. Brentford at home to Southampton. This is the first game without Ivan Toney. Everton at home to Bournemouth. Everton need to get their first points of the season. Fulham are away to Ipswich Town. Leicester City at home to get a local derby against Aston Villa. Wolves face a trip away to Nottingham Forest, and in the 5:30 kickoff, West Ham at home to Man City in the Scottish Premiership. Maybe face a trip away to Dundee. Motherwell are going away to up to Perth to St Johnston, and Aberdeen facing a trip up to the Highlands, up to Ross County. In the Football League Championship, a big derby later on. Burnley gets Blackburn Rovers at 12:30. Middlesbrough go away to Cardiff City. Coventry at home to Norwich City, and then at 3 o'clock kickoffs, Bristol City face a trip away to promote from League One's runners up Derby County. Leeds United at home to Hull City. Sheffield Wednesday bounced back from 2 defeats, going away to Millwall. Oxford United at home to Preston North End under the new manager of uh, Paul Heckingbottom in his first away game. Stoke City faces triple away to Plymouth Argyle. Sunderland, 3 wins from 3 are going to start the season. They go a trip down to the south coast to face Portsmouth. Swansea City at home to West Brom, away to West Brom. And in League One, we got Blackburn at home to Wycombe. Huddersfield Town faces the local derby down to Rotherham. Wigan Athletic at home to Birmingham City. Birmingham City made the biggest signing in League One history, signing Jay Stansfield for £10 million from Fulham. That is the biggest transfer as for a League One club. Bolton at home to Exeter City. We got Barnsley are facing away at Crawley Town. Stockport still undefeated as well. They're away at Mansfield. Northampton Town at home to Burton Albion. Peterborough at home to challengers Wrexham. Reading at home to Charlton Athletic, and Shrewsbury Town versus Leyton Orient, and Stevenage at home to Lincoln City. And the EFL League Two, Gillingham at home to Chesterfield. Doncaster Rovers face a trip down to Stoke to face Port Vale. Accrington Stanley at home to Colchester United. We've got AFC Wimbledon up at home to Fleetwood Town. Bromley having their first defeat last weekend at home to Crewe Alexandra. Tranmere faced a triple up to the northwest to face Carlisle United. Grimsby at home to Bradford City. Harrogate Town versus Barrow. Morecambe against Newport County. Notts County faced a triple to Swindon. And Walsall at home to Cheltenham Town. And also for you, Doug, in the Scottish Championship, your boys Livingston go a trip weight up to 5 to play against Raith Rovers. Teams in League Two will say Edinburgh City at home to Peterhead, and Spartans will face a trip away to Stirling Albion. And going on to Sunday's games, Chelsea at home to Crystal Palace, Newcastle at home to face Spurs, and it's a big game tomorrow in the Northwest Derby between Manchester United and Liverpool, and also tomorrow the Old Firm Derby, Old Firm Celtic at home to Rangers. Hearts are still not in. Have not won any games at home to Dundee United, and Hibs face a trip away to Kilmarnock. And also for the Sunday Championship game, Sheffield United at home to Watford. So, Doug, that's a lot of big fixtures this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. It's I mean, obviously Old Firm Derby, Northwest Derby,
Lancashire
um,
Derby, yeah,
Lancashire Derby. Yeah, there's so many derbies this week. So look, it's always a good thing to have a football weekend, and like it's going to be another fabulous weekend, and I'm pretty sure of that.
absolutely. Yeah, morning, Chris. Thank you. Hope you're well too, mate. Right, let's go into the transfer roundup. What an interesting transfer summer we've had. A lot of ups and downs, Doug, and we have to kick off what was a bit of a shock last night. Raheem Sterling going to Arsenal on a season-long loan, and
Yeah.
Jadon Sancho going to Chelsea from Manchester United on a season with the options with the obligation to buy. Can you explain the last 24 hours of this transfer window of the deadline day when things were just really hectic, especially for teams like Chelsea?
No. um, First things first. Raheem Sterling going to Arsenal is bonkers. I've got to be honest. I know that Ben Chilwell stayed at Chelsea. So it remains to be seen whether he gets any playtime or not. I don't think so. I just think that the deadline day was very overhyped yesterday.
Mm,
Um, I don't think there was anything really big that happened. The only real sort of thing I think probably is Ivan Toney went to Al Ali, and then obviously you had the sort of the Oshiman. Will he go to Saudi? Will he go to Chelsea?
that
Um,
and
I
he's now stuck
I
in the
just
squad.
Yeah, it's really crazy. And when you look at Napoli, yes, they had a very poor season last season, but Napoli made Osimhen the player that he was meant to be. So I can understand why he wants to leave, but maybe stay a season and see what happens. But um, tell you the truth, Sterling to Arsenal is mad. He's now had a career path that's gone QPR to Liverpool to City to Chelsea to Arsenal. It's like he'll be doing like a worldwide tour of the Premier League almost.
Yeah,
Um, it just honestly, it just very strange. Sancho to Chelsea. Look, he's been a Chelsea fan for I think his whole life. So I think it was written in the stars he was gonna go there. But Chelsea for me, I don't know if anyone else agrees with me, but they failed this window.
yeah,
They have not got a recognised striker. You can't go into a season with you can't go into a season with Nicholas Jackson as your recognised striker. It's just ridiculous. I can't see for the life of me how he's going to be able to do it now. Um, I know Sancho can play up front. I know that Pedro Neto could potentially play there. Nkunku could potentially play there. Cole Palmer could potentially play there. But none of the players I saw with Chelsea um, says to me that they're going to be a team challenging for top four. I
no,
just can't. I just honestly, their transfer business has baffled me completely. And I think they're going to get a transfer ban very soon. There's been a lot of rumours about the potential transfer ban. Would not surprise me. And the thing is, I think they've arguably sold their best goalkeeper, or sorry, loaned their best goalkeeper in Petrovic, who's gone
Yeah,
to, let me guess, Strasbourg.
yeah.
Um, it's absolutely ridiculous. And since Todd Bullies came in, he's like basically playing football manager. He's trying to get every like big player from like the rest of the world over to sign for him. It's just mad. I don't get Chelsea's transfer business. I really don't. And now they're stacked with wingers: Sancho, Neto, Nkunku, Palmer, Madueke. I mean, how many bloody
Mudrick, yeah.
wingers do you want to have?
And Joe Felix, I don't know. I really don't know. It's been, I don't know, because of the years of Chelsea have been doing well in the financial fair play for you previously, before Roman Abramovich sold the club, and very much it was that they saw the profits and the mid profit, and all these years, even when the buyout, they somehow have a huge advantage because of the players that they
Yeah,
sold over the years. But that's crazy to see what is the plan, what is the long term plan, or what you want to do. So I don't know. I don't know what the next steps are, particularly in a way if
mm,
if you're top bowling and you ends up thinking, I've got so much squad players to choose, but you've got 40 plus players on the payroll. You telling me you only can choose up to 25. So how are you going to choose, especially when you sold Conor Gallagher, who was probably the best player of Chelsea last season, along with Cole Palmer, and you're telling me that you couldn't keep him in the team because he was the Chelsea captain, and Enzo say he's not my type of player, for what? And I just don't get that, why when you sell a youth academy. And I think this is what I think one of the managers hit the nail on the head. Actually, it was I think it was. I don't know if it wasn't Enzo. It was either someone else. We're talking about the PSR. No, it was Eric Ten Hag about the PSR. Why we should not be selling our youth players for PSR. It should not
yeah,
happen. And I do agree with that one as well about that. But in a way, Chelsea's a bit of a mess, and we don't know what's going to happen. Especially with the transfer window ban. And actually, just seeing in the comments, actually, Chris made a good point. Andy Jacobs, the Chelsea fan for Talksport, hates the owners and would want to transfer back to this club just to handle the situation, because it is a nightmare. You cannot be buying left, right, centre of the rest of the world to come join Chelsea. It's like having a free double decker buses on top of each other, to have the players that you need. I really don't get this. So Chelsea's got a lot to really. I think there's going to be questions about what they do in January, because I think there'll be more players going, but I can see more players coming in. This is Chelsea, for crying out loud.
yeah. I think you hit the nail on the head. I think there'll be more and more Chelsea players coming in, and until they get a transfer ban, um, just obviously needs to be being seen. But look, I think it's very very interesting when you look at what Chelsea have brought in, and you know they are young players, but it's a big risk bringing in a lot of young players and hoping it'll work, because it doesn't always work.
No, no, it doesn't. Actually, Chris just made a good point. The transfer date is a lot of that crap. The Premier should have an open window all season of a player. And do you know what, Chris? That was like that before 2003. Before that, all the European leagues did have an open window all season, and it did until FIFA brought in the transfer window. I think FIFA needs to look at themselves and thinking this transfer window is a joke, because especially with people when like you said, everyone's panicking of either to try to get a player just for the 11 o'clock deadline, and he's a point. I think either they have to look at some point they have to go back to the open window, though, because for a long time we have been questioning it for a long time. I think something has to give now, because I know Russell Martin said we should go back to closing the window before the start of the season, but that will have a disadvantage because the European clubs can still look at our players, the rest of the team world. But an open window could make a lot more sense in a way, because that's what we were being used to before FIFA brought it in, the rules in for having two windows.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. But look, we'll see what happens in January and see what players they want to get in January. But yeah, I think there'll be a lot of players going out and coming in. I think, like we've both said, and yeah, it remains to be seen where Chilwell stays or not. I can't believe he's still at Chelsea. To be honest, um, I know. But is it Broja? He went to Everton. I seen.
Bro was going to Everton. I don't know if that deal has been confirmed. I'll just have a look now, actually, because that is a good question. Because I think he got confirmed. He did get confirmed. He sealed it just about. Got the paperwork in before the deadline. So yeah, he's gone to Everton. So
Yeah, yeah. I mean, obviously, we did have like one season where I think the window closed just before the season started. But as Chris says there, it doesn't work when you've been to national tournaments in June and July. So
yeah,
I I get the meaning behind that. But yeah, it's just it is what it is with Chelsea, and they're not going to stop buying players. It's simple as that.
absolutely, absolutely. Let's go to another teams had a disappointing transfer window. But before we come to Liverpool in a bit, though, we have to talk about Newcastle. I think since
Yeah.
Amanda Staveley left the club, I think Newcastle have really been struggling. They signed Lloyd Kelly from Bournemouth on a free. They couldn't get Matt Gray in from Crystal Palace. They can't spend the money because of the restrictions, and they've had to let Elliot Anderson go to Nottingham Forest. They tried to get Anthony Elanga in the deadline day yesterday in the swap for Miguel Amaron. They've really had to pull transfer window, some transfer window Newcastle.
I agree. I think they've had a very poor window. Not strengthened them when they needed to. Lloyd Kelly's a very good signing. I know they've got Lewis Hall on a permanent as well. Osula from Sheffield United as well. He's another one that came in.
Goalkeeper from
Yeah,
Nottingham Forest, yeah, as well. So
yeah, it's a strange one. I mean, they tried to get Elanga, didn't they? They tried to get Elanga. That was a deal which I could probably have seen falling through. But no, look, I think Newcastle for me are no the best. Sorry, just give me two ticks.
sure thing.
But what I will say with Newcastle is that when you look at Newcastle as a club now, you can quite clearly see Eddie Howe is not happy. He's
No,
clearly not happy. He did not look happy in the press conference yesterday. I think something's happened there. I would also say as well, I wouldn't be too surprised to see if Eddie Howe is not Newcastle manager by the end of the season.
yeah, I do worry about that as well. I can't. I don't think he will get to beyond the end of the season. I think the way the situation is as well. And Chris hit the nail on the head. Crystal Palace were now in centre clause. It will now. It will because
Fair play to Palace.
yeah,
Fair play to Palace. They've just lost Anderson. They've lost Delise. They've managed to keep Eze, and now they managed to keep Guehi. That is very, very good business from Crystal Palace. And we obviously saw Steve Parish on, I think, Talksport saying, the other day that somebody had got close to Guehi's valuation, but it wasn't close enough. And Crystal Palace were in no right or no sort of pressure to sell. He's still got, I think, 2-3 years on his current deal at Crystal Palace. And look, I think you've got to say, well done to Crystal Palace and Steve Parish, because, as I said, Guehi is a very, very good defender. I'm not buying into this rubbish that his dream move is to Newcastle. I'm pretty sure that's not the case. And look, it's a very, very good window for Crystal Palace. I think they've bought well. Ismaila Sarr is a very good signing. Kamada is a really, really good signing. If they can get Mateta firing again, I think they'll be all right. I know they've started very slowly, but they've got players coming back. Mateta's not looked like the Mateta of sort of old last season, but again, it's only sort of two games into the season. And yes, I know Chelsea go Crystal Palace tomorrow, But when you look at Palace's team to Chelsea's team, that could be an interesting game actually. And we will get obviously score predictions later on, but that will be a very, very interesting battle. Because I honestly think Crystal Palace can go to Stamford Bridge and cause Chelsea problems.
Yeah, absolutely, indeed. Chris said, said how we'll get sacked after the last two sides. What top four trouble, which is it good enough to bring the trophies or football right to Saudis came in? Yeah, and it's like I said, you if you're Eddie Howe, and he was linked with the England job this past summer as well. It looks like there has to be
Yeah,
frustration because of the change of the board up above him, especially with the football structure as well, not having Dan Ashworth and now bringing in Paul Mitchell, who's not a bad technical director, but if you're not getting the signings and being restricted, then you are going to struggle. So I don't know. Like I said, I think it is. This is probably, I think it's a make or break for Eddie Howe this season. It really is.
I think so.
Right, Doug, let's get on to Liverpool. Bit of a disappointing transfer window for incomings. You got Ferry Chiesa from Juventus for £10 million, but you did get a number six that you've been trying to get. And where do you go from here now, especially?
I'm not surprised Chris crosses in from Martinelli. Not surprised at all. I think
Martinelli's
that
been
change has been
struggling.
needing to
Yeah,
happen for age. I think Trossard's got more of an outlet than Martinelli, so I'm not surprised by that. Yeah, look, I think getting Chiesa was a very good move. 10.9 million, 2.5 million in add-ons. It's a very, very good move. Um, it's a low risk strategy as well. So I think as well, I think his injuries have been exaggerated a little bit.
it has. I know. Our friends on a group chat did say, but exactly, I wasn't too worried about that. Yes, it's an
Mm.
ACL injury, but you can come back for it if you're in the right fitness program.
He
So I,
played he played 39 games last season. He
yeah,
only missed 4 or 5. And he was Juventus's main man. And it's obvious that Motta is obviously wanting to go a different, a different way with Juventus. Um, I seen a Juventus fan. I can't remember who it was, but he was very angry about the fact that Juventus are dealing with Liverpool about Heysel. This has nothing to do with the bloody Heysel.
uh,
I don't know what. I don't know what was going across his mind saying that, but Chiesa, look how happy he is. Look how happy he is now at Liverpool. He wanted a new challenge. It's quite clearly and simple for that. Um, I've got to say this now. I think it'll be a very good signing. We've needed Salah cover for absolutely ages. Now we'll go obviously on to the missing parts. The six. Zubimendi, yes, that was a disaster. You can't go into a window and think, right, Zubimendi this or nothing else. You've got to have Zubimendi plus other alternatives. And when it came to the end of the window, the Varela stuff was absolutely ridiculous. I don't think we were ever going to really get him. Centre back, I am a bit concerned. I've got to say. It will be very interesting to see what will happen, to say the very, very least. But I don't know. It's not been a very, very good window. Keeping Gomez, I think, was very, very key. I think keeping Gomez was very, very key. Because he is Mr. Versatile, as I've said, over the past couple of weeks as well. So it's a bit disappointing, that aspect. But look, it's been. I think we're all frustrated. I think we're all frustrated. Like Chiesa, very good signing. Very, very good signing. I think he will be a very good signing. But not getting a number six, not getting a centre back. Two positions that we've been badly, badly needing. And now we're going into a season with an injury prone Konate, Kwanzaa, who has been sort of in and out recently, Van Dijk, who for me, he's not quite the same. He's not quite the same. He's not quite the same that he once was. And then Robbo is who's getting on a wee bit. Tsimikas, who's a bit of a headless chicken at times, I think is the right thing to say. And then Alexander Arnold and Bradley as well. The contract situations we just have not sorted out at all. It's a very worrying time at the moment for the football club. So we'll need to wait and see. Richard Hughes has came in. It's been a disaster for him. I would say that. Michael Edwards has, came into him as well. And I know there's going to be people that are blaming FSG for this, but it's not FSG that signed the players. It's Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards. I think people need to sort of, get that into their heads. And look, FSG, yes, they have their faults. They have their faults as well. But would I want to be run like Chelsea? No, I would definitely not want to be run like Chelsea. So it has been a disastrous window. I can only hope that they look for a number 6 in January. But again, every Tom, Dick, and Harry, every blooming, everyone knows we need a number 6. So the blooming prices are going to be inflated. January market is so inflated. So it remains to be seen, but I think it could be potentially the summer again until we get to number 6. But yeah, disastrous window. Disastrous.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, do you know what? We'll finish off with the transfer roundup because we're done with that. Give me your best clubs who've done well in the transfer window.
Best West Ham. Best West Ham and Villa. Worst. Excuse me. This might be a bit controversial. Man United. Now,
You go on then. Give your take. I want to.
yeah. Is a Mazraoui or Eleni Yoro getting into City, Liverpool, Arsenal? No, they're probably not. Mazraoui, you could probably argue maybe. Is De Ligt getting into Liverpool? No, I don't think so. I think De Ligt has had 3 big moves now, where he's kind of moved for a lot of money, and it's going to be very, very intriguing to see what will happen there. Ugarte, I think, is a really good signing. Manchester United have been needing a number 6 for a number of years. I think Ugarte is a really, really good player. But if Ugarte is as good a player as he is, why are PSG wanting to get rid of him? And it feels like United are buying backups. It feels like, I look at Ugarte. Yes, he's probably one of the only ones that probably walks into the first team.
100%.
They haven't bought a left back. I think you'll probably see Luke Shaw. You can't rely on Luke Shaw. You can't rely on Luke Shaw. Joshua Zirkzee. Did he even play any minutes at the Euros? I know he got his first goal against Fulham.
He did. He came off the bench a few times, but not once or twice, but not pretty much. Yeah.
Look, United have had a good window, but I kind of seriously doubt any of those players get into a Liverpool or City at this moment in time. But for me, the worst window for me is probably Liverpool, and then probably questionable Newcastle.
Yeah, I think I could go in that category. Very controversial pick you chose in Manchester United there, Dogo. Well, not surprised. You and Man United fans had never. Well, you got some good friends, but not the best friends. So
it's only my opinion at the end of the day. But look, I think it's good morning, Brian, as well. I've seen you're in the chat as well. Good to see you, mate. And obviously good to see Chris as well. I noticed Diz was in earlier as well. Hello, Diz. Hope you're doing all right. But yeah, worst window Newcastle, Liverpool. Best window West Ham and Aston Villa.
Okay, fair enough. And now that's the done in the transfer window roundup. Doug, let's talk about the European League draws that came out the last 3 days. 2 days, sorry. The Champions League. This is interesting. There's no 32 groups. There's no 32 teams now. It's 36 under one Swiss model league system. That's
Yeah.
changed. Teams will now play 2 extra fixtures, so 4 home fixtures and 4 away fixtures. That is the same across the Europa League, but all except for the Europa Conference League, that's only played. That's for only 6 teams play against each other. Let's go with the British teams in the Champions League. Doing Aston Villa, will have to play Bayern Munich, Leipzig, and Juventus, Club Brugge, Celtic, Young Boys, Bologna, and Monaco. It's not. I wouldn't say it's not that bad. I think there's some interesting game, 1 or 2 games that is winnable for Villa, and
Who are their home games?
Bayern Munich, Juventus, Celtic, and Bologna.
Yeah, they'll fancy themselves. Like Celtic, Brendan Rodgers heading back to Villa Park as an opposition manager again. He's not got the best of records at Villa Park. Let me just say that. Yes, Chris, it was a.
It was
It was
a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Okay, I may agree with that, but it could work. It could work in a way.
I've got to say, when I look at these draws, I kind of see like a little bit of a where I'm kind of liking it now. Like there is actually competitive matches.
Yeah.
It's a lot more close now for these games, and like I think it's going to be very very interesting. But no, Villa's home fixtures and their away fixtures, I think they'll be happy, and they've got a very good manager in Unai Emery, so I think Villa will be all right for that.
Absolutely, I agree as well. Let's team go to your boys, Doug. You got Real Madrid at home,
Yeah.
Liverpool at home, along with Lille and Bologna, and you're going to Leipzig, AC Milan, PSV, and Genoa away. Again, another good fixture out for Liverpool.
Yeah. No, I think you've got to say, I'm happy with that. I'm very, very happy with that. Getting Real Madrid early is very, very good. Getting Leverkusen out of the way is very, very good. Milan. I think it's difficult, but I can see us getting about 15, 18 points from that lot. I can. I think I think we probably lose to Madrid. Look, Madrid. No disrespect to Madrid, but they haven't started very, very well. But we know what they're like in the UEFA Champions League. They're just a complete powerhouse when it comes to them. I'll say this now. I think Leverkusen at home would be very interesting because Leverkusen, they just don't like losing. It's as simple as that. And I think as well, if you look at what they've been doing recently at Leverkusen, that will not be an easy game. Bologna are a team I feel kind of sorry for because they've been kind of picked apart. With Calafiore, Xerxes, they've obviously all gone, but I know they've got Lewis Ferguson. I don't know if he'll be quite ready for that because I know he's got a very very serious injury. But yeah, the away games, Leipzig, I think will be Leipzig. I think we'll beat Leipzig. AC Milan, we've beaten Milan before. We've beaten Leipzig before. Girona, unknown quantity again, but again, they've been kind of picked apart this season as well. So I honestly think we should be looking to at least get to the round of 16. I honestly do. I think we should be one of those top 8 teams, and I think we will be.
Absolutely. Good morning. We'll jump on. We've got Mike Green. Good morning, Mike. How you doing?
Good morning, Carl. Doug, I'm still trying to work out how this works. I can't find how to turn the bloody.
Don't
camera
worry,
on.
it's safe for Doug. I've been using this bit more the last few weeks since I've.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Yeah. Hey, there you go. Yeah, no, how you been anyway? It's been a long. We've not had you for a while on here for months. So
Yeah, I'm not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Just getting on with it, getting on with things. But hopefully, you two are well and doing good.
absolutely, we were just talking about the UP League draws. Actually, interested about Liverpool. We're going to go to. We'll look at Arsenal's fixtures, Mike, and see they got PSG at home. They got Inter Milan. Away, they go to Shakhtar. They got Shakhtar Donetsk at home with Demo Zagreb and Monaco, but they face a difficult trip to Atalanta, Sparta, Lisbon, and Genoa. Just make Arteta go one further this season because especially I think they only got to the round of 16 quarterfinals last season. Do you think this squad is capable to get to the latter stage, to the last four?
Not to the last four, no. I mean, when when you need a striker all summer, and they've been linked with about 97 strikers, and then they end up getting Sterling. They, I think Arsenal. I think Arsenal are going to flop massively this year in the league and in continental competition. I think they're going to have a stinker because they've not really improved on the squad last year. And they've still got massive holes in a team that they've come second twice, but like Lee Gunner said, what do you win for coming second? You've won nothing. Liverpool won the Carabao Cup last season. Man United won the FA Cup. Those both
Yeah.
had better seasons than Arsenal. Finishing second is nothing. And I just look at that team, and especially with the new format, extended games. I look at a lot of those teams, and I think there's a lot of them that they're going to struggle against. I think they will actually struggle against quite a few. I know you mentioned just then before I jumped on, Doug, about Girona being a bit of an unknown quantity, and they've lost a few players. Dovbyk, obviously, it was a big loss. They brought in Abel Ruiz from Ben Braga, is it? Or
Braga, yeah, Braga,
Braga?
yeah.
Yeah. They've brought Donny van de Beek in for 400k, and he was excellent the other night when I watched them against
Oh, I
Osasuna.
forgot about him, man. I forgot he moved there.
400,000 pounds is an absolute steal for a guy who's still got quality. I think Arsenal are going to struggle. I'd probably say because it's the top 8, isn't it? And then 9 to 24
Yeah.
go into.
Yeah.
I think they'll get to the last 16. I don't think they're as bad as below the last 16. But anything beyond that, of course, it's draw dependent. They could get a favourable draw in the last 16 and reach the quarterfinals. But as soon as they come up against a Liverpool, a Man City, a Bayern Munich, a Real Madrid, maybe even a Leverkusen, maybe an Inter Milan, they ain't getting past one of them. As soon as they get past against the big dog, look at what they done against Bayern Munich last year. All their fans were saying, "Pray for Bayern, pray for Bayern." What for? What for? Because
Yeah.
they played they had the first leg at the Emirates in front of no Bayern Munich fans, and they didn't take advantage of it. So that says it all for me.
Yeah, absolutely does. It certainly does. Doug, let's go to Celtic before we finish with Man City. Celtic will play Aston Villa away, as we talked earlier with Aston Villa, but they're
Yeah.
home to Leipzig, Club Bruges, Young Boys, and Slovia Bratislava, who are the debutee from Slovakia. But they face a difficult trip away to Borussia Dortmund, Atalanta, and Dinamo Zagreb. Brendan Rodgers got to go better with Celtic because they're certainly now one of the only two free clubs in Scotland to get into the European stages. But this is now a bust of chance for Celtic to get into that playoff spot.
Absolutely, it's absolutely huge, and I think their home games they'll be happy with. Obviously, Leipzig could be an interesting one. They've done well in the past against Leipzig, and the other thing as well, Club Bruges could be a very interesting one. And who's the other one? Slovan Bratislava.
Yeah.
Who's the other home game?
Home game, yeah.
Yeah, I think Celtic should be looking to at least win their home games, maybe. They might get lucky against maybe a Dortmund. Atalanta, I think they'll lose. And again, Girona, they'll probably lose. They don't have a great record away from home in the Champions League. But then again, Brendan Rodgers hasn't really got a good record in Europe at all. And I think his Celtic career could be based on the fact this, it might be sort of looked at this season as try and get into that sort of that top 8 and get into the last 16, because it's been ages since Celtic reached the last 16 of a Champions League. So we'll wait and see. But I think Celtic fans should be pretty happy with those lot of fixtures. I really do.
Yeah, no, I honestly agree as well. Mike, let's finish off with Man City in the Champions League. They're at home. Their home games is with Inter Milan, Club Brugge, Feyenoord, Sparta Prague, and the away trips to go away to PSG, Juventus, Sporting Lisbon, and Slovan Bratislava. Man City probably will happen to be the first pick out, but Ken, are they really the favourites along with Real Madrid this season?
Yeah, those fixtures for me. I don't know what you guys think. I think they've got the worst team out of pot one away from home in PSG. I think they're gonna be atrocious this year. Yes, they'll probably win the league because no one else couldn't be good enough for 38 games. When Lille that done it? A few seasons ago when they done it, they were stumbling over the line as well. Because their squad just couldn't take that incredible run that you have to go on to win a league title. But yeah, Man City. I mean, Inter Milan at home is probably the hardest game. It is true.
Yeah.
But yeah, Inter Milan is probably. I mean, I'm looking at it. Inter Milan is probably the hardest game because Juventus away. I know they've started Serie A very well. Vlahovic is banging goals in at the moment, which is obviously good to see. But yeah, I mean, you look at the draw and you're like, oh, we got a debutant, Slovan Bratislava. Oh, Man City get them. You know what? It's typical. It's typical. Man City get the debutants and the teams that everyone's sort of giving no hope to. I mean, pot 4, the quality in pot 4 is actually quite scary. Aston Villa, Monaco, Bologna, Girona, and Man City go and get Sparta Prague and Slovan Bratislava. So, yeah, they'll probably win. How many is it? 8 games. I reckon they'll win 7, and then in the 8th game they'll probably rest all their players and play like a rotated team. Maybe get a draw, or someone may. Because I haven't actually seen the fixtures. I don't know who they got last.
No, I think we'll know the announcement of the fixture list later on today when they announce.
Oh, right, okay. I thought they said Saturday morning, but
yeah, I heard I heard 5 p.m, but I'm not sure if that's right or not. But I did hear something about 5 p.m. So
we will confirm that on our YouTube page of the announcements of the fixtures later on today. So we will announce that at all. Let's go into the other competition, the Europa League and the Europa Conference League. Interest for Rangers, they will play both Spurs and Man United in their 8 fixtures. Mike, they got Tottenham at home, Man United away, but they face Lyon at home, Union St. Gallen at home, Basel, Brooker FCCB at home, but they faced a difficult trip away to Olympiacos as well as Man United, going to Malmo and to Nice. And it's been a bloody tough time for Rangers, especially the transfer situation with the player that struggled to start the season.
Yeah, I mean, when you're going through like off-field issues, and then obviously they're going to start the Scottish League quite strongly, with all due respect. But when you start an off-the-pitch season the way they have, and then they go, oh, by the way, the Europa League's out, Man United, Tottenham, Lyon, like these teams that you don't want to be facing. It's just an absolute. It is a pile on of. Oh, great. Okay, another thing to worry about, and probably Celtic are going to win the Scottish Premiership again to annoy them even further. So yeah, I think Rangers. I don't know the other games. What was the other game? Sorry, I know they got Lyon, Tottenham, Man United.
They got Olympiacos away, Rangers. They got Union St. Gallen, Malmo, FSCB, the Romanian team, and Nice away. So
and Steaua Bucharest are quite renowned for being decent in Europe as well, and they're probably on paper the easiest. Yeah, I think they could be in for a long Europa League campaign.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially if they start off with like Lyon, then Tottenham, then Olympiacos, then Man United. Rest in peace.
Yeah, I think what we're gonna have to do. I think we're gonna have to do is like a massive page of like whoever one's playing, basically go through them WWWDDLL, and then basically count up the points that we think, and then basically get a big table of like what we think the teams get, and like do a massive like prediction video. It's going to be so confusing.
The thing is, imagine at the end of the season when like teams are doing their season review, Champions League 35th. Like, what's going
Yeah.
on?
Yeah.
What rank did you get in the Champions League? Oh, we finished 35th. What's going on here? What is going on?
Absolutely, I know. That's gonna be crazy when they do that season review for all those teams. Doug, Man United got Rangers at home, but they face a trip away to Porto, Fenerbahce away, Vittoria Pilsen, and Star Bucharest as well. But at home to PAOK as well as Bodo Glimt and FC Twente. Look, it could be better for United, but what they need to do.
I think they'll be happy they got Rangers. I think they'll be very happy they got Rangers. I also think when you look at what they've achieved as well, Rangers, is that they've got some tough games, but Man United I think have got some tough games as well. I think Fenerbahce away, obviously they've got Mourinho. They've got Mourinho's facing his old club. Fred's facing his old club. As well, Porto away. That's always been a tricky place for English clubs. Sorry, no. Well, not for Arsenal. Not for Liverpool, not for Manchester United, because Arsenal seem to mess up when they play Porto away. It's something weird. So, yeah, that'll be a good one. Bodo Glimt as well, another new team that they can play. So, look, it's going to be pretty fun. I think. I think United should be looking to at least get. I think probably half of those points. I think they should be looking to win their home games. I think they'll beat Rangers comfortably. Bodo Glimt, I think they'll probably beat FC Twente. They'll beat. I think it's the away games. I think I'd be a bit concerned about though. Porto away, I think they'll probably win that. Fenerbahce, well, going back to hell. We all know the 90s claim to fame there. Galatasaray against United. Welcome to hell. Graham Souness famously putting the flag in the centre circle.
Istanbul, the few seasons ago, Demba Ba. Oh.
Yeah. So, look, there's some fun fixtures in there. Some fun fixtures. I think United fans will be happy.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got another guest joining us. Good morning, Chris. How are you doing?
Yeah, it's a beautiful morning, isn't it? Well, it's a beautiful morning over here. Don't know about over there without you guys and down south.
True.
Mate.
Chris, I appreciate you to join us. Actually, I'm glad I brought you on, and I want to speak about Spurs' fixtures. They got home fixtures against Roma, Alkmaar, Quarelberg, Elfsborg, but they face a difficult trip to Rangers as well, Fenerbahce as well, Galatasaray. They got to go a difficult way to there, and to Hoffenheim as well. For Ange, is this a season that they need to do well, Spurs, Chris? Because we know, especially they've made big signings, especially with Dominic Solanke. Can he even bring something home, like even closer to get to the latter stages?
Well, I've always thought this season is obviously his second season, isn't it, in charge? And I've always said this could be the season where he gets found out and Spurs probably drop down the table even more. I think they will drop down the table personally. But in terms of Europe, it's a more bitter test for them. And I've always said Spurs, they've always been a bit of a tartwat defensively. I mean, everyone hypes up this defence. I mean, Van der Ven, he's probably the only decent defender, but Romero's aside, basically, if he was driving the F1 car, he's guaranteed a class car. So, and the Wimbats, Polo, and Destiny and Doddy, they're more Wimbats for me. They're not really. They're playing in natural fullbacks. That's where they're sports. And if Arns would have changed to a back three with Polo and Doddy's Wimbats, then I think there would have been more solid defensively. But in terms of who, I think they should be fine. I think they should get through, but I don't think they'll go very far, to be honest, in Europe.
Yeah, no, I think we may agree. I think the whole panel might agree with that one because I think there's some good, decent teams in the Europa League, especially with Roma under Daniel De Rossi, his first full season. And they bought well actually this season. The Roma, they have really bought well. So no, it's a make or break for Ange to get through as well. Douglas, you got some breaking news regarding Victor Osimhen.
Yeah, it's just came up on live score. Victor Osimhen has been cut from the 24-25 Napoli Serie A squad after failed transfer to Al Ahly and Chelsea.
See, this is a question now because he's not going to be playing games. He's going to be training with the reserve.
I think the Saudi window closes in 3 days. I think I read that.
But the problem is because Al Ahly could only register one foreign player. They couldn't.
They've run out of Tony. Yeah, they can't announce anyone else.
Aye.
So it's going to be a question of another Saudi Arabia team, if they got the space in that squad. I think by Monday, I don't think he'll go to any club. I think he will be training with the reserves till January because that's all I can see with this now. I don't see him going to Saudi now. I think that window closes on Monday. When that window closes after Monday.
I think I read. I don't know if this is majorly true, but I read apparently he was on 450 grand a week at Chelsea.
Yeah, that has been what I've been hearing. Chelsea was trying to do his incentive, then give him the salary, but he disagreed on it. So I think now the opportunity's gone for him. As I said, until another club will pay his demands, he's going to have to reduce it at some point. But yeah, this is not a surprise. I think this was very much coming. I think with Conte was going to always favour Lukaku up front than him. There was, I think that's especially it. So, and especially Noah's not going to pay for his release clause. That's
Napoli screwed then. That's Napoli screwed if they're preparing to go for Romelu Lukaku. That's them out of any contention. Well, they're not in Europe, are they, next season?
No, they're not in Europe this season. Nope. So
Lukaku's been given the number 9 shirt as well. They've just read there as well.
Is that 9 transfers in his career?
Do you know what? It might be actually to quite.
Anderlecht, West Brom, Chelsea,
Everton,
Man United, Napoli, Roma, Inter, Everton. Yeah, no 8.
Yeah.
8. Bloody hell.
8.
Yeah, bloody hell. Absolutely. Right, let's go finish off with the Conference League. Chelsea, Doug, they got Ghent at home, Shamrock Rovers, interesting, and Noah at home, but they face a triple way to Kazakhstan, to Astana, Heidenheim, and Panathinaikos. Look, we talked about Chelsea earlier on and talked about their window roundup. How are going to get all the players to play together to rotate?
I mean, the names you just read off there, I mean, if they don't win at least all them games, all right, away games, okay, Astana is difficult because it's obviously in Kazakhstan. It's in like the middle of Kazakhstan. It's really, really difficult over there. But they should be looking at least 8 out of 9 wins in that. They have to.
Yeah. I know. They have to now in this situation that they put themselves in. Doug,
sorry, 5 out of 6. Sorry, I've just realised it's 6 teams in the Conference League, not 8 or 9. So yeah, I think if they should be looking at least to be getting 5 wins out of that 6, definitely.
I absolutely do. Mike, I'm going to come to you. This is well done to the new Saints to get into the league stages, but they face a difficult trip to Fiorentina away, to Shamrock Rovers away as well, and Celle, but they have a home to Dulgen, Astana, and Panathinaikos. expectations quite huge from New Saints, but we know that it's going to be tough for them with the fixture list they have.
Yeah, the good thing that TNS have, or the New Saints have, is that their league is they're in a weird position where they can rotate in their league games, play their second team in the league, and play their full strength team in the conference league, because the league is no offense, is not really good enough. So they've got the best team by a country mile in the league. They've got double or triple the budget, excuse me, of the next richest team in that league. So they literally do dominate the league. So what they'll probably do is, if they've got a European match day coming up, they'll probably rotate massively from the league game previously, or they'll rotate for the league game. I mean, if they go out and lose every game, who's going to say something? Because the first ever Welsh team to qualify for a group stage or league phase, or anything of a continental competition, no one's really got any expectations for them. And I mean, going away to Florence, I mean, it is crazy. It's mental. There was rumours that they were going to be playing their home games at Cardiff City Stadium. That's been turned down now. In fact, they're looking at somewhere, because obviously, if people don't know, the New Saints don't actually play in Wales. So they're looking at potentially Shrewsbury Town to play their home games at next season in the Conference League. But expectation, I don't really think there are any. Just don't. I wouldn't even say don't embarrass yourself. Just go and express yourself. Go and go and enjoy it.
Absolutely, Chris. Let's go into my other team, Hearts, and we got Copenhagen away, Club Circuit Bruges and Dimram Minsk at home to Heidenheim, Anomia and Petro Cup. It's been tough for Hearts this season, especially going back to the end of last season. We've really been struggling under Stephen Naismith recently, especially he signed that new contract extension. Can even Hearts get through? Because the last few weeks, this last few months, it's been a mess. It's been a mess, especially of the players that we bought. But we looked bad against Vittorio Pels on the first. There was no dynamics in that team.
I mean, there was only, didn't you play Rangers on the open weekend? I think it was at home, and I thought you were good in that game than Rangers, but that was about it, to be honest, in terms of the other games of Hearts. It's like a curse, isn't it, with the contract extension? Like, I was even baffled why Naismith was really given a contract extension in the first place, to be honest. And with the form you've been on, there's going to be question marks about can you make it through, as you say. But you just never know. Different competition, just never know. Like, there's certain competitions where starters premiership you get probably more found out because you used to playing the same teams like every season. Well, around how many teams is there in starters premiership? Is it 10 or 12?
12.
12. So when you go into Europe, you're probably going to be more unpredictable, but it can work both ways, can't it? So we'll wait and see. But obviously Copenhagen's going to be the toughest game, ain't it?
Yeah, going away to Copenhagen is going to be the toughest game, yeah.
But it's just them other two games for me for Hearts.
Yeah. I think when you look at Hearts' fixtures, I think they'll be happy with the trips that they've got away. They've obviously away to Copenhagen. I think that's a really, really good trip away. I'd be very surprised if they get out of that. They might be able to win one. They won was it RNS or something like Latvia. They won that one last time. So, you might. No disrespect to Manchester United, but you could have potentially been playing Manchester United if you had beaten Victoria Pilsen.
I know.
Hearts would have been actually at Tynecastle, so that would have been something. Well, I agree with Chris. I was amazed when Stephen Naismith was actually given a new contract. I don't think he's sort of managerial material, and I think he's already been found out this season that first season is all right, but once after that, it's proven a lot harder for him, and look, Hearts haven't started the season very very well at all. To be sitting in 11th place at the moment, or I think it's 11th or 10th, is not great. But I do have to say as well, congratulations to Larne, Northern Ireland's first team in the Conference League. I think the tie of the round definitely is them facing Shamrock Rovers, Republic of Ireland team facing the Northern Ireland team. That is going to be absolute fireworks.
It's going to be fireworks as hell, man. That is going to be one hell of a game, yeah. It really is. Yeah, it's one hell of a game that I probably would watch actually to pay to watch because it's interesting to see a Northern Irish team playing against a Republic Island team. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good game between those two teams.
Yeah.
Right. We finished up with the European release draw. You know what? Let's move on to the Home Nation squad announcements. And I'm going to start off with England. Lee Carsey, the interim manager, announced his first squad for the Three Lions. He has brought in 4 uncapped players. First calls for Tito Lamavento, Angel Gomez from Lille, Morgan Gibbs-White, Chelsea forward Naomi Mako. They have made a team. There's no Kieran Trippier has retired as well. So. Chris, interesting that Lee Carsey gone left field compared to what Southgate did in the past, choosing 4 uncapped players. But I think is it overdue call up for Angel Gomez, especially he's done well at Lille the last few seasons since he left Manchester United.
Yeah, yeah, I would say so. I think it seems to happen a lot with some Man United players. It just seems to go to foreign leagues and obviously be a star like Angel Gomez is at Lille. Tim, don't get me wrong, it did shock me when I saw the squad. I was like, Angel Gomez, I recognised the name as well. I recognised the name and I was like, he's at the S Man United. But I liked it personally. Yeah, I like to personally start to drop some of these players as well. I like Madueke. He's getting the chance as well because he's probably been only the positive players for Chelsea, and who else is called up as well? Madueke, Gibbs-White. I think Gibbs-White, that's not a shock because he played under Yikazi for under 21, so it's not really a shock that some of these players been told up.
Tino Livramento.
Yeah, Livramento as well. This is already better with players from Team Trippier. I had my opinions on Trippier during the Euros. And I am going to be proof on Trippier, but yeah, happy retirement, that's it. And but yeah, I like it. Obviously, True Burnham's out injured, isn't he? So
yeah,
it's still Conor Dowder that is still in the squad. I'm a bit. It's like one of them, man. It's like, how's he still in? But apart from that, I do like it. Harry Kane, probably very lucky as well. But he's got the power, hasn't he? Yeah, obviously tapped an armband and all that. So we got Republic of Ireland and Finland. It should be good enough. The squad to do a job really on both of them, in my opinion.
Absolutely, and especially like I said, there's no Kyle Walker. He's actually on an extended rest break anyway. But Rico Lewis comes in the defense. Harry Maguire is back in the squad as well after he did not play in the Euros. As you said, Doug, it's different compared to Southgate. He's gone more left field than we thought he would do. Especially he's chosen the players that he trusted from the under 21 that was part of the winning championship, Euro Championship last year as well.
I think it's a very good first squad that Carsley's picked. There's no real favourites in there. I think obviously getting Angel Gomez in there is very very good. Tino Livramento, I'm absolutely gutted about because I thought he might have wanted to maybe moved over to the side of Scotland, but no, it's a very very good squad, very very good squad. And I think Carsley has to be sort of applauded there. I know there's no Marcus Rashford again. He doesn't really deserve a call up at the moment. I don't know what is going on with Marcus Rashford at the moment. He's
too much player power.
Bit of it. bit of a strange one. Yeah, bit of a strange one with Rashford, but no, I think as Chris said, Conor Gallagher, Harry Kane. I think there's a couple of players in there. They'll probably be counting themselves lucky that being sort of given a second chance under this new boss, interim coach. I know as well, but yeah, I think England do the games that they've got. They should be looking to win those two. They should be looking to win both of them, I think.
Do you see England a bit more attackive, Mike? A bit more attackive than they have been under Southgate if they can under Lee Carsley for the first two games?
Yeah, I'll scream from the hilltops about Angel Gomez. I've said it since he left, and I think the next one behind that is going to be James Garner. I think he's going to start getting into England squads as well. I think Angel Gomez. People that don't watch these people on social media that only watch the Premier League and don't watch anything else are saying Angel Gomez, who's that? Yes, most people will know him as the Man United youngster that left, but he's been so integral to Lille in the last couple of seasons. He's got the eye of a needle pass. He can unlock defenses, and he's got a bloody hell of a good shot from outside the box as well. So it gives England that. I hate to say it, but it gives that England that extra choice now, because if he receives the ball, he's now either got the chance to slip in a Jarrod Bowen to the right or Saka or someone like that, or he can just hit it. And I think he will if he gets the opportunity, because this is his time to shine now. Same as Madueke, same as Livramento. If they get minutes, and it's not, I hope Carsley actually picks them and actually plays them. I hope he don't just take them and not give them minutes, like Ivan Toney at the Euros with Southgate. And by the way, Toney has now basically ruined his England career now by doing what he done yesterday. And I think Toney probably should deserve to be in that England team, probably ahead of Harry Kane. But
Yep,
it does
I agree.
it does actually give you that different element. I like Ollie Watkins a lot. I think he should be the one that England try and focus on now through the middle. But it's a lot promising from under Southgate, and you can tell it's more promising because social media shut up when Southgate picks a team. People just moan. No one said a word about this team announcement, which you can think what you want into that. But there's a few ones that are in there that I'm like, why? Like Grealish, why is he still getting picked? And I don't really see the Jack Grealish thing, if I'm honest. I know. I know what he can do, but I mean, I don't know. I don't think Grealish is better than a few players that have been left out. And Conor Gallagher. I mean, let's just hope for England's sake Gallagher is not starting in midfield, because he is absolutely dross. And it's a really
let's hope he's warming the bench up.
Go on, Chris.
I'm saying yes, hope Conor Gallagher's warming the bench up. That's his key part in the team.
Yeah.
We'll see. He's gone to Atletico to get game time, and he's sat on their bench.
He did as well. Doug, let's go into the Scotland national team announcement. You also got some. Your Ryan Gold, Ben Doak, Max Johnson, and Robin McCrory have been named in the group. Is this a tough? This is now make a break for Steve Clark, especially the way in the Euros it was disappointed. Do you now really have to go for, especially the World Cup qualifiers? He still wants to be the manager to try to get this team to the World Cup, but what's your expectation for this squad?
It's a difficult group that we're in. Poland, Portugal, Croatia. It's not easy at all. I'll be there on Thursday. I'm looking forward to it. I'm obviously going to the Poland game, so that'll be a very, very good game. Interesting to see who plays in goal, because I know that Wojciech Szczesny's retired. So I don't know if they'll be playing like Fabianski or someone alone.
It'll be Bolka.
No. But no, I think some of the players in that squad I'm happy with. It's nice to see Ryan Gold, nice to see Ben Doak as well. Robbie McCrory is an interesting one. I'll be honest. Che Adams is still in there, unfortunately. So yeah, it'll be a fun wee game against Poland, and then we go away to the Algarve to play a very talented Portugal side. So we'll wait and see. But no, I'm going all three home games. So yeah, I'm looking forward to all three of those, and we'll see what happens. I don't think many people are expecting us to get through that, but we'll wait and see.
Absolutely. Mike, let's go to Wales. Craig Bellamy, he's named his first squad as a new Welsh manager. He's brought in Carl Dowler in his first Welsh squad. There's been recalls for Ollie Cooper, Mark Harris, and Silver Thomas. And he talked about in his press conference about he's confirmed that Aaron Ramsey will be the captain for the first game. But there was questions about that, the media was looking into that. He wants a leadership group. Do you expect a leadership? Do you think Ramsey will be his long-term captaincy, or do you think it will be moved on to I don't know, to Ethan Ampadu or someone? What's your expectations on this?
I think personally that Ramsey, I think there's probably been conversations between Bellamy, Ramsey, and the coaching staff that as long as you want to play for Wales and as long as you can stay playing for Wales fitness wise, not for passion or anything like that, because Ramsey will never not want to put on a Wales shirt, unlike some ex-Wales players. But like I said, he will play no matter what, unless he's literally physically can't. So I think Bellamy have said, you'll be my captain until you basically retire. And then I think he'll just get handed straight to Ethan Ampadu because I think he's just a ready-made replacement for him. He's already got 50-plus caps, I think it is, for his country at his age, which is incredible. But yeah, I think it'll be Ramsey for now, and then it won't be like a massive thing. I think they've already had communications. I think that Ampadu will take that role. But the team that he's selected, I'm actually quite excited. Lewis Koumas has got a call up. I know he's a Liverpool player, but he's on loan at Stoke, so I can.
He's been on absolute fire for Stoke.
Yeah.
Started the
he
season
had
like a house on fire.
at Tyrrell as well in the League Cup. Yeah, typical.
Very, very good player. Brendan Johnson hasn't really got an end product, but for Wales he turns up. And then the defence, I think the defence is actually looking quite good. Another bloody Liverpool player who I rate a lot in Owen Beck. And I think we've actually got a good spine for the team. I think you look at the centre backs of Joe Rodon and probably Cabango or Mepham, either one of them. And then you've got Jordan James in midfield, which again I rate so highly at a very young age. And then you've also got the players like Josh Sheehan. I know he's ex-Newport, so there's not too much bias, but the players like that are not going to be starting. But for a team like Wales that are trying to now rebuild into a new era, I think players like Josh Sheehan and Nico Williams, Joe Rodon, they're not going to be like the main players, but I think they're just the players around your likes of Harry Wilson, your likes of David Brooks, your likes of Aaron Ramsey, the players in and around the team. But I'm buzzing for Mark Harris to get his call up. He's had everyone asked questions of him. Can he do it in the Championship? He's done it in League One with Oxford. Can he do it in the Championship? They were all slating him and stuff like that. And fair play to him. He's got his Wales call up. I'm just waiting for Will Evans now because I think Will Evans will get a call up next international if he starts scoring goals for Mansfield. That's why I was not too annoyed about him leaving Newport because I was like, yes, I'm gutted, but if it gives him a chance of a Wales call up and playing in a higher league, even though we'll be in League One next season, but that's a debate for another day. I think that I don't mind him going away from Newport to better his career. I think if someone's going away to better their career, then good luck to you. I've got no holding back of someone trying to better themselves in life because that's basically all Will Evans has done, and he's got slate from Newport fans from it.
Yeah, absolutely. Doug, let's finish off briefly on the Northern Ireland squad. Ollie McNair, Paddy McNair, and Josh McGuinness are the only members of the squad named on Thursday. Josh McGuinness, who were part of the 2016 European campaign. Paddy McNair is back in the squad as well. Interesting, Doug. It's
Johnny Evans has retired as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, that was going to bring up. No Johnny Evans because he's now retired. So who takes over that leadership that they're going to miss, qualities that they're going to miss from him?
It's a big question, but it's obviously something to Michael O'Neill to deal with. I think Johnny Evans has been a wonderful servant for Northern Ireland. I think he's been absolutely fantastic. But it's a chance for other players to sort of step forward, and obviously good luck to Northern Ireland, and hopefully they'll do well in their group. But we'll have to wait and see.
Yes, we'll have to wait and see indeed. And that is, we're going to finish off the show with doing some of our Premier League predictions. So, we know we've got 15 minutes left before the start of the kickoff game. Let's go for the predictions. So, Arsenal gets Brighton. I went for 2-1. Doug, I think I know what you did go for. I'm going to just get it up again just to make sure. You go for 2-1 as well. So, we're both going the same scoreline.
Yeah.
Mike, where do you see you with Arsenal Brighton game?
Is it at Arsenal?
Yes.
I'll go 2-1 as well. I think if it was at Brighton, it'd be a different story potentially. But yeah, 2-1.
Absolutely. Chris?
It's the full house, 2-1 Arsenal.
Good. Right, we're all going with that one.
Anthony.
Anthony's gone for 2-1 as well. Good morning, Anthony. Yes, so let's go to Brentford Southampton. Chris, I'll start off with you.
I'm Dunderdorf. I just don't rate Southampton done to this season. I really don't. Struggling for goals. Armendorf at Brentford, and Brentford seems to be strong at home as well. So Armendorf for Brentford 3, Southampton 0.
Mike?
Ooh.
I don't rate. Big up to you, Chris. But I don't really rate any of these teams. I think without Tony, I think Brentford are a bit effed this season.
But they look more better without Tony last season. They've won more games without him. So
I know. I just look at what they have missed, and I just think it's going to be a bit of a boring one. I'll go 1-0 Brentford because I just think Southampton are abysmal. But I don't think. I think this will be a last or match of the day type of game for me. 1-0 Brentford.
yeah, Doug has gone for that as well. 1-0 to Brentford as well. So, and I went for 1-0 Brentford as well. Yeah, interesting. Anthony's gone with 2-0 to Brentford. Another game, Everton Bournemouth. I've gone for a draw out of this one, a 1-1 draw. I still think Everton will get the point, but I think they just still struggle with the Bournemouth. It's a tough one with that one. Doug, you went. I'm gonna be careful. You went for a 1-1 draw as well.
Yeah, I just don't see Everton losing at home for some reason. And they've got a relatively good record against Bournemouth at Goodison as well. There was 3-0 last season, so yeah, look, I think if Everton get off the board, they'll be happy. But yeah, I'm going to go 1-1.
Absolutely, Chris.
Well, Everton got the first win in the League Cup, didn't they? Then Doncaster, but I think that's a difficult game to judge Everton on, with all due respect. The difference between the Premier League and League Two, and I don't be controversial with them. And I do worry for Everton this season. Well, I don't as a Liverpool fan. It is one of them kind of good to see, but at the same time isn't good to see. But Amendola, I don't know where the goals come from Everton. Bournemouth got a good point against Newcastle. They should have won.
Yeah,
they had the goal disallowed, I think. They had a winner disallowed. And
controversial. It should have been stood.
Should have been a goal, yeah, 100%.
Well, yeah, that's VAR for you. Same shit every season. Pardon my language, but
No.
I'm asking door Everton 0, Bournemouth 3.
Who's going with that one? Mike.
0-0. I think it's going to be a ball fest. 0-0.
Okay, then.
They've given us fair play, Cal. They've given us some beautiful games to enjoy on Saturday 3 o'clock, haven't they?
I know.
Southampton, what was it? Southampton, Brentford, Everton, Bournemouth. Oh,
yeah, I know. Come on, man. Come on. Right, let's go to Ipswich at Fulham. Doug, I think you've gone with 2-1 to Ipswich.
Yeah, home advantage. I just think if you want to stay in the league, you've definitely got to make your home advantage count. So yeah, I've gone 2-1 Ipswich.
All right, I've gone for 3-1 to Fulham. Actually, I think, despite they've done some decent signings, I still worry. I love Ipswich. I want them to do well at Ipswich, even though the bloody got the beat the Pictors last season. Okay, but yeah, I've gone for 3-1 for Fulham with that one. Mike.
I think a lot of people want Ipswich to do it, and so do I, no more than the next person. But yeah, I'm going to go the exact same as Anthony, 2-1 Fulham. I mean, Smith, I said it when he signed for Fulham, right? And people were like laughing, saying he's a failure. Smith Rowe will be their player of the season this year.
Yeah, I
I
would
think,
agree.
I think he'll get a goal. I think he's going to get a goal and assist today. 2-1
Yeah.
Fulham.
I agree as well. Chris?
Oof. If this was at Craven Cottage, I would say Fulham win. But Fulham away from home seems to be a different team, especially last season as well. And they went away to Old Trafford. Man United should have scored more in that game for me. I thought Fulham knocked clinical heads when they were attacking Man United. Fulham got back, obviously got the first victory, obviously last weekend as well. Smith Rowe, he's playing in this natural position on like at Arsenal, playing in that number 10 role. Be interesting to see how Fulham do with that free midfield with Pereira chopping back deep as well in the double pivot. Ipswich, they obviously acting towards Liverpool in the first half. I'm going to go for Dolphins here. I'm going to go Ipswich 3, Fulham 2.
Okay. That is interesting. Right. Leicester City gets Aston Villa. Me and Doug have gone 2-0, so we're both on the same score line. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think it could be a long afternoon for Leicester. I noticed they got Odsonne Edward on loan. I think that's a really good signing for them. I've got
They
to say.
needed a striker.
So many people have said that's bad. I agree with you, Doug. I think that could be a nice, tidy little pickup, only on loan as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Anthony, I'm not doing any fancy football Premier League this season. I know you guys are going to think I'm a traitor, but I'll be focusing more on my American football fantasy because I got the draft tonight as well. So I won the championship. I nearly won the championship last season, so I'm focusing more on my American football this season. I will come back.
Rugby.
Listen, I
American
will come back if Leeds get promoted next season. That's the benefit case. If not, I might have another sabbatical year, but who knows?
Yeah, I'm not doing FPL. I'm doing the EFL fantasy app instead.
I might need to join you on that one as well. I've been meaning to do that, so I will get that sorted out soon as well.
Yeah, that's better. You could pick 2 teams for your weekend, and yeah, the Premier League don't want to do that one because it'd be too easy to get points then.
Absolutely right, Mike. Give me the score for Villa, Leicester City Villa.
Is it at the King Power?
Yeah.
I don't know. Edward would have passed the deadline, wouldn't it? Except to be 12 o'clock.
Yeah, so he's not going to be in the squad today. No.
I actually like a few of their signings. I know people are moaning about Jordan Ayew and Bobby Reid, but when Leicester are in a situation where they can't really afford to buy, players that the caliber of players they would have had when they've previously been in the Premier League, they're not bad signings really when you deep it, because Bobby Reid has been a Premier League, has been in the Premier League for a long time, same as Jordan Ayew. I'm gonna Arsenal winning the league, Anthony. There you go. Another prize that won't fail to deliver. I'll go 2-1 Villa. I do actually like Leicester. I like a few of their players. I think Fatahu's a gem. I think the defender they signed. What's the young? I can't. The young centre back they signed. I can't think of his name. I think
Coley?
Yes, that's the one. Yeah, I think he could be a decent player for them. I just think Villa are going to have too much. I'll go 2-1 Villa.
Yeah. Okay. Chris.
Yeah, I think Leicester have actually ended the transfer window quite strong, in my opinion, with the signings of Bobby Reid, Edward, and Jordan Ayew. And obviously they've got that point deduction hanging around them, haven't they? So everyone still don't know whether to put Leicester to door down or not. But they are sensible Premier League signings for me. And Steve Cooper, I think he was harshly sacked at Forest for me, but I can understand it at the same time. I think he's going to be good manager for Leicester, whether the door down or not. Aston Villa, I just feel Aston Villa will have too much for it. So I think Villa will take the chances on like Spurs did in the first half against Leicester. So I'm going to go for Leicester 1, Aston Villa 3.
Okay, Anthony's gone for Villa 4-1. Yeah, Nottingham Forest Wolves. Doug, you gone for Forest to win 2-0.
Yeah, I think I fear for Wolves, actually. They've started the season really slowly. I know they played Arsenal and I know they played Chelsea, but I think losing 6-2 to Chelsea is a bit of a wake-up call for them.
Yeah, it is actually. Chris, who are you going for Forest between Forest and Wolves?
The new no derby, you could call it.
Yeah.
I'm the same as Dodd. I do worry for Wolves. The loss of Pedro Neto, which is a loss of goals in that Wolves team. And I always felt Dario O'Neill would get found out in the second season, like that second season syndrome for me. Nottingham Forest, surprisingly, probably started quite well to the season when everyone was pointing towards them potentially being in trouble. Armendor for home win, Dundee for a 2-0 win to Forest.
Mike, yourself?
Yeah, I do like Forest this season. I like a lot of their players. I think Elliot Anderson's a great pickup. A lot of people just look at him and think, Newcastle have got a bag in selling him for that, but I think he's decent. I think the loan signing of James Ward-Prowse is efficient. I think that's a really good signing. And yesterday, rejecting a £35 million bid for Anthony Elanga. And Chris Wood, people will constantly say, "Oh, it's Chris Wood," but he's still there. He's still actually,
I know.
quite. Say that again. Sorry.
I know.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, he's still quite pivotal to the way Nottingham Forest play, and he's got the likes of Hudson-Odoi and Gibbs White roaming around him. I don't see where goals come from Wolves. I know they scored 2 against Chelsea, but I think Chelsea were just Chelsea are going to be a bit of a mad team this season. I think they're going to win games 4-2, 4-3, 3-2, and stuff like that. Conceding loads of goals but scoring quite a few. Yeah, I'm going to go 2-0 Forest. I like the coach. A lot of people don't like Nuno, think he's very erratic. But I like the way he sets his team up. And again, they've signed some really good players that beyond this game, they'll be fine. At the start of the season, I said they could be down there. And now, with the few additions they've made, I'm like, top 10 could be achievable now. And it's mental how a few signings can quickly change that. And yeah, Wolves. I agree with Anthony. I don't know if they will go down, but they'll definitely be down there, Wolves, because Gary O'Neill, for me, yes, he got all the hipsters online saying he's doing a great job, he's doing this, he's doing that. I just think tactically he's awful.
Yeah.
Personally.
I know personally as
Piss
well.
off, Anthony.
I knew I had something to relate to new thoughts. Oh God! All right.
How's your new signing, Anthony? 30-odd million for Calafiori to warm the bench, but he's got aura. Oh my God!
Right. Well, yeah, I'm gonna be better than Bernard. I've gone for Wolves to win 1-0. So don't know why. Do you know why? Because after what Doug went the opposite way last week about the Southampton not the Forest game, I did predict Forest to win, and I got that one right. And I did tell you, I did say to you, Doug. What did I tell you?
Yeah. Less said about that, the better.
Exactly. Right. I think we all know what we're going to go with this one for West Ham, Man City. We all go for Man City. We're not where I've gone 4-1 for City. Doug,
I'm going 3-1.
You go 3-1. Mike.
I'm actually thinking it's a lot tighter than what people say, because West Ham have a decent record in recent times. Obviously, they went 2-0 up against them a couple of seasons ago at the Olympic Stadium, and then obviously City turned it around. I'm going to go 2-2. I'm actually going to go for a shock. I think West Ham are going to get a 2-2 draw. I don't know why. Just something tells me that right before the international break, West Ham could cause a bit of an upset.
Yeah. Chris, yourself?
I'm actually in Mike's camp. I think it'll be a tight game. I think Man City will win. I've done for 3-1 Man City, but it's a close 3-1 for me. It'll be a high competitive 3-1 for me.
Okay, then right. Let's go to the last three Sunday games from tomorrow as well. I've got for Chelsea to win 3-2 against Crystal Palace tomorrow. Doug has gone for 2-0 Crystal Palace. Chris,
I hate predicting Chelsea.
I
I
know we
went
all
2-0
do, don't we?
Chelsea, not Palace.
Yeah,
I just think Chelsea, they're a bit like Southampton for me 2 seasons ago, hard to predict. They win one day, then they draw the next day. Hooping campaign as well during the week for Chelsea. Would have took it all out of them, but it would also help them with the momentum as well. But obviously they lost 2-1 in the second leg.
yeah.
It's just hard. I think Crystal Palace have made it tough for Chelsea. I'm going for a 1-1 draw.
Thanks, Anthony.
Fair enough, Mike.
Cold Palmer to strike again. 3-1 Chelsea. I think I said this last season and I got bantered for it. I said in a few years' time Chelsea will be up there firing because they've got so many good young players that it just has to work. And next season, if this season is top four, and maybe win the Conference League, I actually think Chelsea, as much as people will just take the piss, I think Chelsea are genuinely going in the right direction. I think they're going to win. What did I say? I don't even know what I just said. I'll go 3-1 this time. I don't know what I just said, but 3-1 Chelsea for me.
All right, Newcastle up to Spurs. I've gone for 2-1 for Spurs to win. Doug has gone for also. Let's see, Doug, what do you go for? You go for 3-1 to Newcastle. Why is that?
Yeah, Tottenham have conceded 4, 5, and 6, and 5 in their last 4 meetings at St James's Park. They absolutely hate going there.
I've totally forgot about that. Yeah, God's sake, I totally forgot about that. That makes a lot more sense.
4-0, 5-1, 5-1, 6-1.
Yeah, okay, that's a fair point.
Was it 4-0 after 25 minutes or something? Or 4-0 after 26
Yeah,
minutes?
well, yeah. But, yeah. Oh my God! Right, fair enough. Then I can't argue with that one, Doug. Chris.
Honestly, I think there's going to be goals in this game. I don't rate both teams defensively at all. Spurs especially, I've already mentioned about them defensively. I'm going to do the same as Anthony. I'm going to go for 2-2 draw.
Fair enough, Mike.
Well, Newcastle spent all window after Gay and then got no one. So all these Newcastle fans, they wanted to create a rivalry with Man United. Ironic that I can't speak. But fair play to them. They've got their rivalry. They're not in Europe. They spent 3 months trying to get Gahey, and then he rejected them, and he's now Crystal Palace captain. I would love it. If Spurs go there and batter them. I don't know if they will because, like Doug said, their record there is abysmal. So I'll just take a 1-0 Spurs because I cannot stand Newcastle with a passion. That's why when everyone was wanting them to do well in the Champions League and they got humiliated, again, ironic because we got bloody humiliated as well. But I was loving them getting battered and losing in the Champions League. I'll go 2-0 Spurs, and I'll be a Spurs fan for 90 minutes on Sunday.
Fair enough then, fair enough. Right, let's go into the final game. Big game in the Northwest Derby tomorrow. We've got 2 Liverpool fans here and 1 Man United fan. So, as
be a United fan for this morning. Go on, you know you want to.
I can't. Not with my allegiance, mate. Not with my allegiance. You know better than that. You know better than that.
Just to help me out, mate. Come on.
I know. I am going to come to you first, actually, since you trying to call it out. Give me your predictions, please.
I'll go 2-1. 2-1 home win, just because if you're not going to go into a game like this with confidence, what's the point in turning up? I've had enough of, but we're not ready yet. We haven't got Ugarte and we're not ready. It's going to take time. Taking time, pardon my French. Taking time. This is bloody Man United Liverpool. We haven't got time to, settle in, say hello to the new lads, hope you're doing well. What's going on? The biggest game in English / world football, and we're worrying about, but is De Ligt ready? Is he settled in yet? What does he need to do? Get a bloody house to settle into Manchester? Just fucking play him, man. You've got one of the best young prodigy centre backs, of 3-4 years ago, and we're deciding to play Maguire just in case Maguire does well. We're going to play Rashford because he's got a good record against Liverpool. No, drop Matt Rashford. Tell him he's not been good enough. Drop Maguire. Play De Ligt and Garnacho and Amad Diallo and bloody attack them 2-1. And come back to this when we get back at 7-0, but 2-1.
Right, Chris.
Form goes out the window for me, though, down to these games. All these Liverpool fans, obviously not me or Dud or anyone, but all these Liverpool fans getting out and then saying, yeah, done be an easy win, but yeah, we didn't win there last season, so Dud won. Obviously lost in the FA Cup and through in the league. I don't know. I should expect to win, but it's Man United Liverpool. When Man United were at the top and we had bloody David and Dodd up front, we somehow turned Manchester United over when they were chancing for the title. And we have an awful record recent times down to Old Trafford. I can't remember the last time we won there. Was it 21-22 season?
It was
the 5-0 fixture we beat them. Yeah.
Oh yeah, high five.
Hey.
But for me, I want to go. My heart says a win, but my head says a draw. I'm going for a 1-1 draw.
All right, before we come to Doug, Mike, I just asked a question. Will it?
No.
There you go. That's all we've done with that one. So, fair enough. There. Doug, go on. Let's see.
Yeah, look, it's one of these games where we're like, yeah, it's form does definitely go out the window. However, I have a feeling that United will be the away team in this game. I think Liverpool will have lots of the ball tomorrow. I think we'll have a lot of the ball, and I think it's just whether United will catch us on the counter attack. But yeah, I'm gonna go 2 on the Reds. I think they'll just sneak it in this one. And I think it could come down to the midfield battle between sort of Casemiro, Mainu, and obviously Bruno Fernandes, and then obviously you've got McAllister, Gravenberch, and Szoboszlai. I think it could be a midfield battle tomorrow. But looking forward to it. But yeah, I'm gonna back the boys and get the third one in a row for slot. So I'm gonna go 2-1 Liverpool.
It all depends on Man United's lineup. If they play with Mount and Fernandes, then I'm confident.
He's injured.
Is he?
Yeah, he's injured again for 4 weeks.
No, he's gone with his boys, not Man United. Just to clarify that one.
He's been a waste of time of signing Mason Mount, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But you've got to give him time.
But
2 years. 2 years of time.
What time does he need? Because he's been injured for nearly 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Right. I have gone for 3-1 to Liverpool with this one.
Ooh.
Pretty hell. I thought he said 3-1 United there.
No, hell no.
I know.
I don't listen. This is me. This is Carl.
He's really a United fan. A United fan at heart is Carl.
Bullshit. I can tell you that that would be my whole side of the family would be pissed if I support Man United. Only one person in my whole family, which is my uncle, supports Man United for no bloody reason. Why the
we got to Carl's uncle. He's got sense.
Shut up. You don't start that. Don't start that. I've always been Leeds. I can't swap against some rivals. Why do you think we hate red on anything in Leeds? For some reason, we got red bus stops, bus stops and shit. So don't start that. Don't start that with us, because everyone's been pissed off about the Red Bulls shirt because we've got red on a home shirt as well, bit of red on it. When people hate, that's why there was a lot more away shirts sold more than the home shirts this season.
Oh, come on,
Chris. I don't know if you've seen this, but our Champions League fixtures have been announced.
Oh yeah, me desk. We're on with trade first game.
No. So we start away on the 17th of September against AC Milan. Then we're home against Bologna on the 2nd of October. away to Leipzig on the 23rd of October, home against Bayer Leverkusen on the 5th of November, home against Real Madrid on the 27th of November, away to Girona on the 10th of December, home against Lille, and then away to PSV.
That's not bad. I think you got
What game is the Real Madrid one? Sorry, how many games in is it?
27th of November, so game 5.
That's not bad.
That's the perfect time to play them
It
as
is.
well.
I think it is. I agree with that one as
They
well.
they probably would have already had 3 or 4 wins by that point.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I agree with
Yeah,
that
very
as well.
true.
I agree with that. Gentlemen, it's time. It's the end of the show. Thank you very much.
sorry to break news. Burnley have just scored against Blackburn.
Oh, oh, but yeah, I know my good friend Dan from Turfwheel House is at the game because he was talking in our championship group chat, which he was really ready for this game as well. So, especially if you're a former player like Todd Campbell who just left Rangers to join Blackburn and your team's losing 1-0 at the moment. So,
yeah, they're winning 1-0.
City start against Inter Milan apparently as well in their Champions League.
interesting.
Gillingham are beating Gillingham are beating Chesterfield 1-0, and Wickham are beating Blackpool 1-0, and Arsenal very much all over Brighton with a 64% possession controlling the game.
God.
And they're going to probably lose.
Yeah, God, I'm not surprised as well. Oh, question for all of us. Do you think Eddie Nketiah will get goals at Palace?
Nope, he is crap. Absolutely.
I think he'll get goals, but I don't think he'll get as many as Mateta does.
No, I think I was going to come to that point anyway. Chris?
He'll probably get 10 goals at best a season.
Yeah, I really. That's a good question. I don't think you'll get more than Mateta. No, I don't think that will happen. I really do. Right, let's finish the show. We're going to finish the show. I appreciate Mike and Chris joining us halfway through the show. Doug to be back. I am back on tomorrow night to do the championship review with some of my mates from the championship chat group, and then I'm back on Tuesday and Wednesday to do the rest of the roundup from the Premier League, especially the Scottish Premiership and the European leagues. I know next Saturday is international break, but I want to ask both you, Michael and Chris, because it's now Leagues 1, League 2 next weekend, we can focus more on that. You would like to be involved for the next week as well? Because we could do a lot more focus on that going forward this season.
Yeah, I'd be happy to do that, yeah.
Yeah, just watch me meltdown about Carlo, yeah.
Fair enough.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Fair enough. No, we will do it next week, start the show next week. I'll focus more on the lower leagues because it's an international break. We'll talk briefly about England's, the home nation, but we are going to focus more on the Leagues 1, League 2 next weekend. And yeah, no, gentlemen, thank you very much as always. You can find Doug, as usual, at the Dugout Football channel. Any more content coming up this weekend?
Maybe a match reaction tomorrow, but I wouldn't bet against it. To be honest, I've just been extremely busy with the wee one. So no, I don't think there's much happening. And obviously it's the international break, so I may attempt like one of those videos where it's like looking at the league phase and like predicting that. I'll see if I can do that for like the Champions League, maybe the Europa League as well, maybe the Conference League. But
all the predictions off camera, all the typing in all the fixtures, and then just say this is what I've come up with.
Yeah,
otherwise all night.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Yes, SSB, it has came out. Liverpool's fixtures have been announced. Cities have been announced as well. So you'll probably get it on the UEFA website or something like that.
Absolutely as well. No, thank you very much for Chris for joining as well. Mike, where can everyone find you as well?
Mike Green, I'm live in just about 2 hours' time for Morecambe against Newport today. Hopefully, make it 3 wins out of 3. 3 wins in a row, sorry. 3 wins out of 4 in League 2. Morecambe haven't scored a goal yet, so what's the banking on them scoring 4 or 5 against us? But yeah, I'm going to be live on there around 2:30, 2:45. Mike Green YouTube channel, Morecambe versus Newport Watch Along.
Okay, then, no, gentlemen, thank you very much for always. And we'll see you, Mike, next week as well, along with Chris. Doug, I don't know what you're going to be doing next Saturday, if you're going to be joining us or not, but Mike, you need a break as well, so.
Yeah, I'll see. I'll see what I'm doing. Aye, no worries.
Perfect. No, thank you very much so much. So, if you do miss, so this will be on our channel as well. We'll all try to upload some of this content onto the platform streaming service as well. But like I said, I am back on tomorrow at 8:00. I'm at 8:30 for the championship review, and also hopefully Tuesday and Wednesday to do the rest of the roundup in the English league, Scottish leagues, and also the European leagues as well. Hope you all have a good weekend, and I will see you guys soon as well. Take it for now. Bye bye.